Hello folks, we are back today with another Dying Light the Beast update. I've given the game a week or so to breathe between videos, but today marks the biggest update the Beast has received since launch, and so we do have plenty to get through. As always, we are not wasting any time, so let's get started. Just today, we received the announcement on the official Dying Light Discord, linking the full patch notes within, and they do go as follows. Our biggest update to date is now live. For New Game Plus, you can now replay Kyle's story in New Game Plus, while keeping all gear, weapons, and character progression from your first playthrough. Enemy difficulty is increased, but you'll also encounter higher tier weapons and loot to match the challenge. New Game Plus can be repeated multiple times. Each completed run further raises the game's difficulty level and unlocks access to even stronger and rarer weapons, as well as the toughest enemies in Caster Woods. For Legend levels are the classic Dying Light endgame progression system that extends your character beyond the main skill tree. Once you reach level 15, all earned XP is converted into Legend XP. Higher difficulty settings and higher New Game Plus tiers increase XP gains, so the more you challenge yourself, the faster you progress. Each Legend level grants Legend points that you can spend on passive upgrades, such as increased health, improved combat stats, and stronger beast mode performance. Entry level also raises your maximum health by a fixed percentage, helping you stay competitive in higher New Game Plus tiers. Legend levels also introduce a large set of new rewards to unlock, 22 new weapons, melee and firearms, including vintage guns, 2 complete outfits, 12 gear pieces in total, and new legendary vehicle skins. Ray tracing is now available, bringing even more realistic lighting, shadows, and reflections to the game, allowing you to experience our immersive and visually stunning world with enhanced atmosphere and depth. The suggested way to activate ray tracing is to set the video quality preset in your game settings to Ultra. If you do need more tweaking, you can also enable or disable individual ray tracing options in the advanced video settings menu to balance performance and visual quality. As for the system requirements, I won't be reading these out, but they will be on screen for a few moments for you all. The game is designed so that all settings from low to ultra preserve the same core look and artistic style. Ray tracing improves reflections, lighting, and shadows, delivering more realistic visuals, though please note this may impact performance. If your system has trouble maintaining smooth performance, try selecting a preset below Ultra and tweak individual ray tracing settings for optimal results. Please note that when Ultra mode is enabled, frame generation is automatically turned on to improve frame rate, VRR, VSync, and input latency. We have some additional notes regarding all of this, which again I'm not going to read out, but they will be on screen long enough for you to pause the video and read for yourselves if you like. We've added 3 new finishers to give you even more varieties on bloody execution on enemies. 1 for one-handed blunt weapons, 1 for two-handed blunt weapons, and 1 for two-handed slashing weapons. With Update 1.4 just released, there has never been a better time to jump into Dying Light the Beast. New Game Plus, Legend levels, a double XP event, and an exclusive weapon waiting in your stash should already convince you to dive back in. So don't wait, team up with the Dying Light community to tackle this week's challenge, focused entirely on executing brutal finishers on enemies. And while you're at it, make sure to try out the new finishers added to the game. For the community challenge, it's called Executioner, where goals 1 and 2 would be to execute 1 million and 2.5 million finishers respectively. Call of the Beast Week 9 runs from Thursday, November 27th at 4 PM CEST until Thursday, December 4th at 4 PM CET. As always, rewards will be distributed to your in-game stash at the end of the challenge. To track the community's progress and see how close you are to earning them, head to Dying Light Outpost, which I will have linked below, folks. For the additional fixes and improvements, environmental and navigational fixes resolved over 200 parkour and environment navigation issues, including climbing and ledge grab problems, as well as blocked traversal routes. Adjusted multiple environmental elements such as monkey bars, beams, and scaffolding to improve overall parkour flow. For ziplines, fixed mismatched UI/action prompts for a more consistent gameplay experience, and addressed double jump behavior that could cause unfair falls. For the vault poles, added an interaction prompt to clearly indicate that they can be used, similar to ziplines or ladders, and fixed double jump behavior that could lead to unintended falling. And then finally, fixed the blocker in the High Noon quest that prevented players from progressing due to a specific rock formation asset. For the gameplay changes we have, reduced XP loss in survival mode through a global rebalance, with additional tuning focused on early level XP loss and night modifiers. Streamlined early game experience, reworked stamina curves to give players more stamina at the start of the game. Total stamina remains unchanged. Improving early combat encounters. Added a rare weapon near the first campsite during the Hub 1 quest to better reward exploration. Introduced minor UI updates in the skill menu to make basic movesets more viable. For reinforcements, adjusted reinforcement amounts when players chain noise-generating actions, especially when using firearms or explosions. For the vehicle challenges, improved obstacle destruction logic to prevent players from being blocked by objects that should be destroyed by the vehicle. And then for co-op fixes, we have the following. Resolved an issue where the host could get stuck on a black screen if another player cancelled and immediately restarted a co-op challenge. Fixed several cases of convoy activities spawning in front of players. Fixed instances where AI did not exit the surrender animation. And then finally, fixed an issue where the Banshee could float in the air when the biters she was standing on were killed. And then finally, for the patch notes altogether, we have performance and stability. Improved overall game stability by addressing frame rate drops, crashes, and asserts across multiple systems, with over 35 issues resolved. For the graphical improvements, we have addressed over 70 visual issues, including incorrect textures, floating assets, clipping models, and misaligned architecture. Improved lighting and shadow rendering across multiple environments, including fixes for improperly lit interiors and exteriors, as well as various graphical artifacts. For the UI on audio, fixed a pop-up screen appearing on game launch when Epic and Steam accounts were connected, resolved discrepancies between VO and subtitles across multiple languages, with over 12 localization issues fixed, improved quest marker functionality by addressing multiple incorrect or missing markers, corrected instances of debug strings appearing during gameplay, and fixed several UI display errors across menu sections. For audio, we have resolved over 20 issues involving missing or incorrect sound effects, including weapon collision SFX and ambient audio during various missions. And then finally, we have fixed several co-op audio problems, such as missing VO lines and dialogue synchronization issues. Now, that was an absolute ton to get through, folks, and I'm not even too sure where to start with my own opinions on this update just yet. It's likely I will be back over the coming days or week with another video or two, once I have managed to dive in more myself. But outside of this update, we still of course have a bunch more coming in December, which will make up the final 5 or so weeks of the current community event. This takes us right through to the 7th of January, and by then we will have at least received Nightmare difficulty, hopefully all event rewards from the current event, and a bunch more content, quality of life, and bug fixes too. As of then, we've no idea what the future holds, but fingers crossed, Techland do give us another roadmap sometime in the new year, and we can go from there. Otherwise, for now, we do have an absolute ton to get through for the next few weeks. As I said, I'll be diving in over the next couple of days, and it's likely you will hear back from me soon. Anyway, that would be it for this one, folks. I'll be back soon with plenty more, and I do of course have a range of guide and news videos on the channel already, so do feel free to stop on by and check things out. Otherwise, thanks for watching, folks, and until next time, peace.